Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Ryan and this is Minus the Gym. And this past week has been huge for me because Minus the Gym was in men's health, all right? I still can't believe it, but a while ago I made a video about how I did 100 push-ups and 100 pull-ups a day for 30 days straight. It was actually more than 30 days. I went over 5 weeks doing that. And the video did pretty well for the past year or so, and then suddenly, in this past week, somebody from Men's Health decided to cover the article. So that's super exciting. It brought in a lot of views to the video and to my channel, and I'm really grateful for that. And naturally, when this happened, I got a lot of text messages from friends and family and coworkers and all kinds of people. And they were congratulating me and everything, but then I got the question quite a bit like, hey, should you really be working out every day? Shouldn't you have rest days? So, I mean, that's a great question, and that's something I wanted to address on my channel, and we'll talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to another episode of Minus the Gym. And for those of you new to the channel, I'm all about getting strong and fit at home without relying on a gym membership. So if that sounds good to you, that subscribe button is always down below. Now, going back to the 100 push-ups and pull-ups a day video, I'll be honest, when I made that video, it was mainly just to get views. I saw a lot of other fitness YouTubers and even non-fitness YouTubers just doing this 100 reps a day challenge and getting lots of views. And I said, well, I can do that. I do 100 push-ups in a workout all the time. Maybe not daily, but several times a week. So when I started when I started to plan out the video, I said, well, let me make it harder. Let me make it more challenging. So I added the 100 pull-ups on top of it. And I found a method, called ladders. And I used ladders to get in the 100 reps of both every day. If you guys haven't seen that video, make sure you check it out. I'll put a link up here on the screen so you can go give it a watch. But another reason why I made the video was I wanted to challenge myself. I had never tried to do that kind of workout where it's the same thing every day for weeks on end. And it was a challenge for me to see if I can actually complete that and see it through to completion. So it was a test of my willpower too and my endurance with the push-ups and pull-ups. Now, naturally, when a bunch of friends and family saw this video in the Men's Health article, I got the question, should you be working out every day? And the answer to that is complex. At the surface, when people ask me that, I say no. You want to have days off. But there's more to it than that. There are situations where doing a certain kind of calisthenics workout every single day can be beneficial, and I'm going to explain that in this video. So basically, here's the deal. If you want to do intense training, I'm talking kind of like weightlifting style calisthenics. And what I mean by that is maybe you're trying to build strength. So you're doing weighted calisthenics, right? You're working in the 5 to 8 rep range, using a weighted vest, doing lots of heavy dips and pull-ups and push-ups and lunges and squats. And you're trying to build up strength, that myofibrillar hypertrophy, then yes, you're going to want days off in between. In fact, when I'm working on strength like that, I often take multiple days off in between. So like for weighted pull-ups, I might do those on Monday, and then I won't work on weighted pull-ups again till Friday. So I have 3 days off in between, and that helps me recover, helps my central nervous system recover. And that's how I'm able to consistently go up, even if it's just that one rep or a few pounds on weighted basic exercises. And you might also be working on hypertrophy. Okay, a lot of people are wanting to build muscle mass, and so you're working in the 8 to 15 rep range, doing lots of sets, high volume, trying to build that sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. And even when you're doing that, you also want days off in between. That's why split training is really popular in bodybuilding. So you see people doing upper lower splits, or maybe push-pull legs. That's very common. Any kind of split routine, the purpose of that is to give those muscle groups days off in between to recover. This applies to really any kind of training, whether it's anaerobic or aerobic. If you're really pushing yourself, trying to make progress and take it, to the next level, set new personal records every time you work out, then you should take days off. But the thing I want to emphasize is that when I did the 100 rep challenge for push-ups and pull-ups, I wasn't trying to increase the amount of reps, right? I was just doing the same amount of reps, seeing how many days in a row I could do it. I was basically trying to take something I could already do and fine tune it and keep doing it daily. In the middle of this challenge, probably around like the end of the second week, during the third week, I was at the top of my pull-up game. I mean, I felt light as a feather on the pull-up bar. And that's the best I've ever done on pull-ups in one set was 21 reps. And I got it when I was doing that challenge. I decided to test it and see what my max pull-ups was during that challenge. So it definitely helped. Like my endurance on those exercises dramatically improved, even though I didn't have any days off. So that was really interesting. But again, I want to emphasize that I was just maintaining. I was just working on those 2 exercises, not trying to build strength or do any kind of progression. I was simply trying to do 100 reps day after day after day. I really wasn't expecting my pull-ups to go up. My max pull-ups went up by about 6 reps. I think I went from 15 to 21. And I wasn't expecting that to happen. According to everything I had read in my textbooks when I was studying to be a personal trainer, you need rest days. So if you're working out doing the same exercises every single day for a month, you shouldn't see improvement, but I did. So I'm not sure like what to say about that. I'm not saying that, conventional science is wrong or anything, but I think it's good sometimes to challenge the mainstream and experiment like that. And what I have learned about calisthenics is that when you're not doing intense training, like I mentioned before, with like weighted calisthenics or any kind of exercises that are challenging for you, I'd say 15 reps or less, or if you're doing really high volume, multiple sets in those rep ranges, you can go ahead and work out every day. A good example of this is working on handstands. I preach on this channel a lot about working on handstands daily. And I really mean that. Like if you don't take days off for handstands and you work at them, even if it's just a little bit, like 10 or 15 minutes a day, that's how I've seen the most improvement. And same thing with mobility. If you work on just simple mobility exercises, low intensity, they're body weight, and they're just focused on going through a range of motion, moving your joints through a range of motion, you will see gradual improvement in your mobility, and you can do that on a daily basis. All right, so in a nutshell, when it comes to intense calisthenics training or any kind of workouts, you need days off. But when it comes to something that's not so intense, it's more like a skill that you're trying to fine tune, or maybe you're trying to improve your mobility and flexibility, or maybe just light aerobic exercise like going for a walk or something like that. Absolutely do it every day. I mean, it's good to keep active on a daily basis. That's going to be so much better than having your days off when you're being sedentary and not moving at all. All right, so I hope that clears it up. Again, I'm really grateful for Men's Health covering my video. That was awesome. It brought in a ton of views to my video and my channel. But consequently, I got a lot of questions in the comments and from friends and family asking that question. And I'm sure some of you are wondering that too. Can I work out every day? Should I work out every day? I'd say to err on the side of caution and do not work out every day. But again, work on the handstands and other light exercise and mobility on a daily basis if you have time, because it does benefit you. All right, as always, thanks for tuning in. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, you know to drop a like. That really helps me out. I appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video.